have Armory and Discrepancy, I do believe. Can you confirm that for me?
Yes, Armory and Discrepancy. That is going to be our winners brackets finals coming into this. But just changing up the names here, and we will start right away.
Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
I had an unmuted stream. You don't need to be hearing my voice over and over again, echoing.
Alright, come on, let me just turn off my phone for now. I'm getting updates from one of my apps. And, how do I sound? Alright. Whoa, insulting me.
Alright. Well, we are going to be getting started. First map going to be Hollywood of this best of 3 series between Eminent and Lionheart. Going to decide which one of them goes on to face Invigorate. Yep. That's Invigorate, pretty much the boss battle of this tournament at this point, but of course already down in the losers bracket. So they have been beaten. They possibly can be beaten again. Which one of these teams out of Lionheart and Eminent do you think really holds the edge right now coming into this matchup?
Honestly, it's going to be coming down to the fact that Lionheart was knocked out first. Obviously, they have been fighting through the losers bracket, taking on E-Girl Slayer, who were the 4th team. And but I'm gonna have to give the advantage coming into this to Eminent. They stayed up top in the winners bracket a lot longer, and completely understandable why. There is a reason why these guys did stay up there longer. And I believe they're going to show it. But not only that, but it really comes down to just the players on the side of Eminent. Robot being an amazing hit scan / hog player, huggable guy, always solid on that soldier. And Joker's just an amazing Reinhardt, and obviously AJ taking over. Just an all-around pretty well-rounded team. And as we do get into this, it's going to be very, very interesting to see how they do try to contain these players on the side of Lionheart.
Yeah, of course, we do have some very talented players on Lionheart as well, and we're probably going to be keeping an eye on Ripsnort throughout this entire series. Very, very talented Roadhog, talented on Rosaria as well, and we're definitely going to be looking to him to do a lot on those heroes. So we're going to see Lionheart rotating all the way around to the backside here, trying to get the crispy angles coming in, and they're going to try to get Caesar the ability to get an angle up onto Huggable Guy and Mr. Assassin up on top of the cafe. But of course, Diva up there, going to be taken out of the mech is going to be AJ, losing that little bit of extra health, but Alpha taken down as well. Going to help this defense hold on for just a second. AJ trying to get that mech back up, but the hook coming in after that charge, completely saving everyone there. Zero going to be getting taken down there. Ripsnort now being taken down as well after that good biotic grenade. The Reds, though, coming in from Cake already, picking up 2, and they aren't going to be able to do anything off of it, as Caesar's going to be taken down immediately, and they're a little bit too spread out here to make good use of it. Lionheart should just back off, wait until they can get everyone back together, and then go back into this next fight.
Yep, and apparently there is a problem with the caster's volume, so I will be just adjusting the volume right now. Alright, there we go. Hopefully it is a little bit more clear. Yep, and coming into this, a huge ult advantage for the side of them, as they're gonna start the fight with 6 ults, and they're popping the Diva Bomb and the Earth Shatter with a perfect combo. Gonna be taken out too. Red's gonna be forced from the side of Cake. However, though, still 4 ults up for the side of Eminent. They could very much hold this. Bullhog gonna be coming out from Ripsnort, but the Diva eating it all up, gonna nullify that ult completely. Sound Barrier gonna be dropped, and the follow through is there from the side of Eminent, as kills are now going in their favor. And as it's nothing but blue in the kill feed, they're gonna have to be forced to back up and regroup.
Absolutely huge play on the Diva there, coming out from AJ, eating up an entire whole hog from Rip Snort, and then Spy, of course, turning around with a whole hog of his own and getting all of the damage in there. Lionheart unable to crack through this shield just yet. They do have this Earth Shatter ready to go, and Caesar with the Tactical Visor, but that's really all they've got available to them. Making a couple of switches up, Alpha now onto the Zarya. They're playing this triple tank composition, trying to just bully their way in here. They're going to go all the way up onto this high ground and see what they can do from up there. Caesar definitely needs to set up a good chance for this Tactical Visor. Getting slept though, taking a quick nap before he is able to come in there. But still, everyone up on top of this cafe. Now the Tactical Visor going to come in. He is going to take Huggable down immediately, but then he's going to get the Diva in the face. AJ not allowing him to get much value out of the Tactical Visor, but Alpha in the background getting the kills anyway. The self-destruct going to come in from AJ, but nobody's going to be taken down by it. And I mean, AJ going to get back into the mech, but not going to survive for very long as he is hooked down back onto the point, taken out of the mech, and quickly burned down. Now the point is finally going to go the way of Lionheart. Only 30 seconds left on the clock for them as they break through, but it took them quite some time to do so. They are coming into this next objective, though, with a few ults ready to go.
Yep, and now with the aggressiveness of the Lionheart coming into this, Caesar could very much take high ground and have a huge advantage. However, though, a huge hook from Robot gonna go on to Alpha. JJ gonna take him out immediately, and now Eminent getting super aggressive, gonna be following up on all of these kills. However, though, an Air Shatter coming out, only gonna get the Soldier and Lucio. Very uncalled for, I would say, with how aggressive and the picks are going in their way. It was like the situations are going in their favor. However, though, the Hog actually sitting in the back line could be extremely deadly if he gets a big hook. And nobody on the side of Eminent knows it. But now they are going to regroup before this. Ultra advantage for the side of Lionheart as they do get ready to push this in. And Ripsnor kind of stuck. He's been made. However, though, it doesn't matter. His kills going both ways. However, going 2 for 2, but however, though, Zero with a shatter in the back gonna be winning his team this fight, as all the kills right now going in the favor of Lionheart, as they're gonna win this and stagger out the Baby Diva a little bit.
Yeah, definitely good stagger there of that Baby Diva, and they're still holding on to ultimates here. Caesar with Attack Visor still, both supports still with their ults up. Huggable, of course, with Attack Visor of his own, and then Nano to pair with that. Going to be able to do a lot of damage coming in here for the side of Eminent, but Spy being taken down right off the bat there, not going to be helpful for Eminent trying to set this up, and actually not going to allow Huggable to get up onto this high ground, but he is going to take down Caesar, which is definitely going to help. Now Tactical Visor going to come out. Nano Boost, though, going out onto AJ, not going to matter. AJ going to take down Rip Snort. The Resurrect coming in a little bit questionable, as Huggable had this ultimate up already. All the kills still going in the way of the defense here. AJ is going to lose the mech, but that's going to be it. They are going to keep holding here, as Caesar is now taken down again. Eminent pushing Lionheart back. Lionheart going to be coming back in. Alpha almost up to this Graviton, so definitely going to be looking for a chance to set that up. Maybe Rip Snort waiting for the whole hog to come up as well. But they're going to be holding very close here. Eminent using the Earth Shatter, not allowing them to get even close to this payload, and there's less than 30 seconds left, so this is absolutely a good call here. Cake up to this Resurrect, going to be needing to use it pretty soon here. Rips aren't going to fall there, so last chance to get on the payload here for Lionheart. They've got ways to push before they can even touch it, but the self-destruct going to be coming in, holding them back. No one's going to be able to push in just yet. We do actually see Alpha getting out, touching onto the payload, but no kills coming in for him yet. So they are going to have to just throw everything here at the point and just hope that they can stay on it. Nobody, though, staying alive, and they are going to be stopped in the middle of Westworld, and not a whole lot of additional distance on that payload.
Yep, and very sad about what happened. They had a huge ult advantage as they were pushing into the final points of it. But as we do go back, as we do turn this around, going into Lionheart's defense now, it's going to be very difficult to definitely hold this. Eminent looking extremely strong. and Robot on that Hog, Huggable guy on that Soldier, just doing so much work. They're gonna have to find a way to contain those two players specifically out of everyone, I feel.
Yeah, Huggable rather, putting in a lot of work on the Soldier 76 there. And, you know, obviously, Soldier very good on defense on this map with all of the high grounds that you can use to great effect. Spy as well, doing a whole lot with his whole Hogs there. And several points turning fights around just by getting a couple of nice picks. But definitely, I got to give it all to AJ there, who on the Diva was sucking up damage in all the right places, landing good self-destructs, just doing everything that a good Diva needs to be doing. And now slipping onto the Zarya, so probably going to be looking for the same level of play on this hero as well.
Yep, and this Hollywood map, like you said, being a very high ground advantage map, but you've got to start wondering, since the AG can't play that Diva, obviously anybody on the side of Lionheart trying to take high ground is going to be under a lot of pressure should AJ switch back. I actually wouldn't be surprised if Lionheart started running a Diva of their own to sort of handle Huggable Guy or Robot on the Soldier, whichever they're playing at the time.
Well, Eminent going to be coming out, you know, staying with this Zarya, trying to go a little bit more aggressive here. Joker going to be charging up immediately, trying to get in there and get some damage in. But it is going to be actually the first kill going out onto Zero very, very quickly. Now the speed boost going to be coming in. They're getting right into this tiny room here and swinging the hammer. Joker's going to fall, but I think the space has been created. This is what Eminent is looking for. But no, actually, Creepy turning around, getting 2 kills. Bloodthirsty Lucio right now. Caesar getting another kill onto Huggable, denying this DPS here for the side of Eminent. So Lionheart so far holding fairly strong. They've lost a couple of people, but they are going to hold on to the point. AJ getting hooked, but saved by 2.0, and going to be escaping with his life and some charge. But we do see Zero coming back in onto the point. He's going to be engaging in a little bit of Ryan v Ryan action there, but Spy getting the kill onto his counterpart. Now, once again, the guy's going to be coming in from Eminent. They're going to be pushing it very, very aggressively, and Mr. Assassin taking down Zero. The res has to come in from Cake. But Sound Barrier coming out now from Creepy, not going to be enough. Tactical Visor coming in from Spy Robot, getting Creepy and continuing to put damage out on everyone else. Alpha taken down very low. Graviton comes in, but not going to get anything out of it. And they are going to take this first point and get it moving into Westworld here with a whole lot of time left to finish out the map.
Yup. But however, the ult advantage not in for any side, as the ult economy is pretty even. So it is still very possible for them to stabilize and hold it. However, the late pick on the Zero and Caesar is exactly what they need to push us, as the Lucio is going to go down as well. Eminent being super bloodthirsty, pushing it all the way to the spawn on the second defend point.
They're selflessing them right now. They are literally camping inside of the spawn of Lionheart right now. Alpha, though, turning it around, getting 2 kills there, but I don't think it's going to be enough. This cart slowly pushing forward. They're getting members back out here to try to take down this Eminent aggression, but the trance now coming in from Mr. Assassin to keep them all alive. They are not letting this aggression stop. And now, it's only now, backing up, Lionheart trying to regroup, trying to get back out here so that they can actually contest this. They are going to be able to contest, but look at this ult economy right now. They are looking at 3 ults for the side of Eminent. You're going to see a Tactical Visor coming in, but Alpha taken down after using it. All of these kills going the way of Eminent. They are looking very strong to finish out this map. Just need to finish off Ripsnort. He is going to fall, and the cart is going to push forward. Eminent taking the first map over Lionheart.
A very strong offense from Eminent, looking extremely strong and looking extremely unstoppable.
Who at me?
What?
I said, who at me?
For what?
Just someone at me. I don't know.
I'm not sure why.
I'm not sure either, man. Anyways, we did see some absolutely huge play from Huggable here, and this is him putting the team on his back on his defense, doing a whole lot of work. But Spy Robot getting that eliminations card, definitely doing a lot on the Roadhog as well.
Yep, Lionheart obviously losing that map. Gonna have map advantage going into this between map and side advantage going into this Dorado and Watch Point Gibraltar being our other two maps.
Dorado and Watch Point Gibraltar. Well, at the very least, no matter what, we're going onto a map that I like. I think I like actually all of the maps in this map pool. These teams chose very well, in my opinion.
Yep, and we are actually going on Watch Point Gibraltar, and Lionheart have decided to go on offense.
Cool. Yeah, definitely a good call for Lionheart to attempt to go on offense first again. They were on the offense first that last round, but it just allows you to kind of dictate the pace of the game. And Lionheart definitely needing to do that after that last game. They kind of weren't really able to get much going on their attack, only managing to take the first point in the last 30 seconds and not making it very far with the payload after that. And so Eminent kind of just rolled right over on the defense. So they definitely need to figure out something different this game. I'm not sure what the answer is going to be. Maybe it's having Rip Snort on the Zarya a little bit earlier, but we'll have to see what they decide to do here as we go into Watch Point Gibraltar.
Yep, and a payload map, something that's going to be very interesting to see is how well exactly do Robot and Caesar do, both sides Hog players. This map being notoriously famous for Hog players going off and almost carrying teams on this on the high ground whenever there is a high ground advantage in the map. And I'm really gonna have to put pressure both on Robot and Caesar. I'm gonna be watching them to be the MVPs of their sides for this map. But going into this, I'm going to have to still give the advantage to Eminent. I'm predicting here going to be a 2-0. Watch Point Gibraltar going to be extremely more close. But I'm sorry, but I'm still going to have to give 2-0 victory to Eminent.
Yeah, Eminent definitely playing very well right now, and I think a lot of this game is going to come down to AJ on the Diva again. Obviously we saw a very, very good performance out of AJ on their initial defense on Hollywood, and definitely proving that he can play that hero very well, and this being a very good Diva map. Once again, I think the reason I like all three of the maps in this map pool is because they're all very, very good Diva maps. But look at this positioning that Eminent is taking up. They are going to be giving up the entire first half of this checkpoint and just playing this back. I guess this is the end of the checkpoint of defense here, and we see this out of some pro teams, but a lot of them do tend to hold a little bit further forward. So giving up all of this free space, we'll see whether that ends up being a problem for them. Rip Snort, of course, on the Sparrow, but I think AJ on the Diva are going to be the answer to that. So I don't know whether Rip Snort is going to be able to get much done with a defense matrix constantly there to counter him.
Yep, and this Sparrow coming out from Rip Snort, I didn't talk about it, but it's going to be very interesting to see what happens when they go into the hangar phase. This first point, while not being obviously the most open, I feel like it could have a lot of potential, but Rip Snort getting that hook onto the Pharah to start this fight, getting another kill on the Caesar. Robot just getting 3 kills so far as he gets a kill on the Alpha. JJ going absolutely off to just start this map off.
Yeah, Spy there going absolutely massive on the Roadhog. Starting off with Rip Snort taking him out of the sky and then just not stopping there, but we will see Rip Snort coming back in, getting this kill onto Huggable with some very, very long-range rockets. AJ unable to hold up the defense matrix forever, and now going to be trying to take out Mr. Assassin as well. AJ not going to let that happen very easily, but the damage is going to be done. They have less of a counter to Rip Snort. Now Rip Snort can just fly in here and assist on the ground battle, and they're going to be taking out Joker as well, but the whole hog turning it around, taking down 2, AJ getting a kill as well. There's the resurrect though from Cake, turning this fight around for his team. Caesar almost up to this Graviton, up to 75%. Alpha with the tactical visor up above, ready to use this and finish out the map as soon as he rejoins his team. But we see the Ripsnort falling there, so a little bit less push here for the offense. Tactical visor going to be used by Huggable Guy actually, and gets the kill on the Creepy and Cake. Both supports being down. We are going to see Lionheart push back yet again here, and only a minute 45 left in their timer.
Yep, I know why that tactical visor was popped. It was mainly to take Caesar on that Zarya with such high energy off. He's going to start this next fight with 40 charge, maybe 35. And the tactical visor not getting value, but not being used for what it was popped for is, I feel like, gonna hurt them this next fight. But now starting this fight into the server room, Shatter coming out from Joker, not gonna get anything though. And Zero is actually gonna fall, even though the Shatter not getting much value. Self-destruct throwing in there, gonna get a kill on the Creepy. 2 picks right now for this side of Eminent. Soundbeard is going to be dropped to counteract this tactical visor, but the Huggable Guy still dies. And now Eminent is going to back up as they are about to push, go into 30 seconds as this will be their final push. Caesar is going to have the Graviton coming into this, but no, they're actually not going to wait for their team. They're pushing up a little bit early. And now they're in a lot of trouble as it's 40 seconds. They're finally going to fully back out.
Yeah, definitely a little bit questionable there, continuing to push even though they had already lost a couple members, but they do have time to regroup here. They're going to be coming in with 5 ultimates available. They absolutely need to make this happen right now. They're completely out of time otherwise. Going to have to use the Graviton. There it is, Graviton coming in. The Rocket Barrage needs to get work done, but it's going to be completely eaten up and taken out. Ripsnort not getting any value out of that ultimate. So we do see Spy up on top of the bridge, just laying in damage, but completely uncontested right now. So taking down this Line Shield of Zero, but the kills are coming in for the offense. Huggable Guy trying to turn it around with the tactical visor, but only getting Caesar so far and not going to be able to do much more. But so far, the offense unable to really get any kills going into this overtime. Zero does take down Assassin, but still alive on this defense. The tactical visor, though, coming in from Alpha, going to be taking down shots, and this, I think, should be finally Lionheart pushing it through, finishing out this first objective. AJ contesting at the last second, not going to allow it to push through just yet, but coming off of the payload, and it does complete. Now, another 2.5 minutes on the clock for Lionheart to try to get through this hangar phase, but they are having a very tough time finishing any objective this matchup.
Yup, and Robot just in the back line, gonna get staggered out. Not a good way to start it out as your Hog's gonna be down. However, 2 ults are going to be up for the side of Eminent at 3 now. 4 actually, with Whole Hog coming up any second now. And this is going to be a really hard phase to push through as Self-Destruct Diva Bomb definitely going to be their combo. Diva Bomb coming out, going to take Ripsnort out of the air. And however, the follow through is up and Joker gets a 2-man with that Fire Strike.
Always love seeing a nice fire strike like that, the cleave going straight through 2 people and getting those kills. But Eminent holding very strong right now, just inside the door of second. That self-destruct coming in just as the doors closed, so nobody could back out and avoid it. But we do see AJ using this Diva, effectively knocking people down off of the high ground. Joker going to dive in immediately, and this use of the Diva is very, very good so far. But Huggable Guy and Joker going to fall regardless. Ripsnort getting a couple of them with that Rocket Barrage, and this should be enough here for the side of Lionheart to push forward. Cake still has this Resurrect available, so they are going to push forward, getting it up to this final little bit of the second phase. They're going to have the Graviton available, and Alpha almost up to the Pulse Bomb. They almost have 5 ults available, actually, so they should be able to push it forward. But looking at the other side, 5 ult as well. So actually with Spy taking that kill there, and then the Earth Shatter whole hog coming in to clean this up. Lionheart completely turned back, but Cake still with the res, going to come in and use the res. Now is when they need to use these ultimates. The sound barrier does come out. There's the Graviton. They're going to try to get this damage in, but the pulse bomb is a little bit off, and they're not going to be able to get any sort of follow-up on it. Now it is actually Eminent turning it around, getting all of these kills in the feed, and they are going to hold strong here. 15 seconds left on this objective for Lionheart to try to come in. All they've got is the Earth Shatter, and I'm not sure they even have time to touch the point. They're going to be trying Alpha, switching onto the Tracer. I don't know if he's going to have the blinks up. He does. He does manage to trigger the overtime and recalls out immediately, but that is enough to get it going at least. Earthshatter comes in. Zero does not have the follow-up. He is going to fall. Cake not going to be able to get this res up in time, but they do have Rip Snort trying to put in some damage, see if anything can happen. It's only 2 of them against the world. Cake goes down, Rip Snort goes down, and that is the series going to Eminent 2-0.
Well,
oh, I'm sorry.
There's another
I'm sorry.
round.
You're right. You're right. I'm getting ahead of myself. I feel bad now. Lionheart still has a chance. They still have a chance, but a very, very good defense from Eminent. And given what happened last time, I did get ahead of myself. You're right, but given what happened last time, I'm going to agree with you now and say that Eminent definitely has a pretty significant chance of coming out on top here.
Yep, and something we didn't talk about there was the res coming out from Cake. I kind of disagree with that res. There was around 40 seconds remaining and Cake popped it. Personally, they had 5 ults up. I would have said that they should have just taken the loss and pushed into it. And with that huge ult advantage well, not ult advantage, but coming in with 5 ults near the end would have been a little bit more in their favor, I would say. Since the res coming out, nobody was in a position to sort of take advantage of that, and Lionheart was just surrounding them like sharks in the water smelling blood.
Yeah, I mean, they came in with a 5 ult. I mean, obviously both sides had 5 ults, but losing any sort of member in that situation, with the side of Eminent playing as aggressively on defense as they were, Lionheart just had no chance of even trying at that point, and Eminent just smothered them, did not allow them to move forward at all once they got into that second hangar phase. And really, Lionheart going to have a very difficult task ahead of them. They are going to be running kind of a pretty aggressive defense here. Zero going to be on the Winston. They're going to have Rip Snort staying on this Pharah, but definitely going to be looking for this defense, this very aggressive hold up in the bridge area, trying to get this, just waste some time here on this first point, I guess, is the strategy. Diving in immediately, getting onto the point, not letting them move forward at all. But a little bit of a confused dive, and, well, they do manage to get the kills out of it. 2 falling here for the side of Lionheart, but Alpha going down as well. That is really all that Eminent is going to need to get it moving forward as they take Rip Snort down as well. No DPS going to be available now for the side of Lionheart, and they're going to have to just back down and try to get out with their lives. They do, however, see Spy behind them, and Spy trying to get out with his life, but I think, yeah, he is going to be falling as well. We now are going to have the DPS for Lionheart rejoining them, but still, kills coming in for Eminent, and they have been pushing this payload the entire time. They are going to slowly but surely come out on top here. As long as that doesn't happen, Mr. Assassin has gone down a couple of times. Huggable Guy going down as well here, so it should actually be Lionheart holding strong now as they do get reestablished on this point. Yep.
But however, though, coming back into this, even though a ult advantage for the side of Lionheart coming into this, Eminent could very much take this. They're gonna have Shatter and Pulse Bomb up for this. A very powerful combo if these guys are gonna be grouped up together. Rip Snort on this Pharah has been actually doing a lot of damage as the robot's been not given a chance to focus him.
And we're going to be seeing a kill coming in for both sides here. AJ taking down Caesar and Huggable Guy taking down as well. But the Rocket Bra is going to be coming in from Ripsnore, only taking down AJ before he's taken down. We do have Cake with the res available, so should they need it, Cake can still pop that. But the Tactical Visor coming in from Robot, going to take Cake down. Not going to have the Resurrect available. And, I mean, Robot going to be taken down as well, but this is possibly a chance. No, Shot's going to be taken down. So this is yet again Lionheart holding here. And yeah, they're trying to make me eat my words. We are down to 1:40 left on the clock here for Eminent to punch through the first objective. They do still have a few ults available to them. The Earth Shatter, Pulse Bomb, and the Sound Barrier ready. Almost got the Trance as well. So going to be trying to come around for this server room approach here and see whether they can make anything happen. AJ on the Roadhog for this attack, and a little bit questionable, I think, but getting onto this point immediately, trying to get these kills coming in, but no, Caesar actually going to be getting that kill, taking down Spyro as well, and these kills are all going the way of the defense, who are just really charging up more ultimates right now. I'm not sure whether Eminent is trying to come in with an ult advantage and fully just wipe them, or what the deal is, but they now have 4 ultimates available for the side of Lionheart, and Joker actually switching onto the Winston now, Robot onto the Genji. What do you think about this swap so late in the offense?
I feel like they definitely need something to work. Alpha JJ's just been on the high ground doing so much work in the back. They're gonna need somebody who can dive him right away, and I feel like the Genji might be their right pick, but might have been a little bit too late. But as we do get into this, Winston diving him immediately, and there's a little bit of a counter dive running. The team's very disorganized. There's no sense of stability in this. It's completely chaotic, and this might be exactly what Eminent needs, as an ult advantage not there anymore, as they're just wasting ults a little bit on the side of Eminent, and now the kills going in the favor of Lionheart, with Huggable Guy killing himself, not exactly what you want. And Lionheart looking strong to finish it, just needs to kill a few more people on this point. As Alpha JJ gonna pop that Tactical Visor and gonna put the nail in the coffin, as they're gonna win this and go to a third map.
I am eating my words right now. Eminent having their victory stolen from them at the very end there. Lionheart playing very, very impressively on that defense, coming out on top.
Oh. Hold on. Oh, the little guy just doing a massive work for his team, but sadly wasn't enough.
Hey, did you grab that lighter? Oh, no, nice lighter.
Alright, well, Eminent have decided to go on offense first for our final map in this series, going to be Dorado. Right now, score being 1-1 tied, starting this off an amazing game to begin with.
Yeah, definitely very good games so far from both teams. Eminent kind of choking that last one a little bit, I would say. Not really adjusting to what they saw on the defense until it was a little bit too late. And then, you saw them get a little bit of headway there on that last dive, but it was just too split up and too late to make anything happen. So Eminent forced to go all the way to game 3 here. Lionheart not going down just yet, and we're going to be on to Dorado for the last game of the series.
Yep. And going into this, who do you favor coming into this last map, Gold?
Well, Lionheart has all 6 people on their team, so I think we've got to give them the slight advantage right now. But all things aside, I gotta say, Lionheart still, they have the momentum right now. They seem to have figured out how to, at the very least, hold Eminent defensively. We'll have to see whether they're able to do so as effectively on Dorado as they did on Watchpoint, but you know, not allowing Eminent to even get that first point, you know, that's definitely a good sign for them. So we, you know, it will be interesting to see once we do get everyone back in the game. Mr. Assassin is going to be rejoining us now. But yeah, it will be interesting to see. I'm glad to see that AJ is back on this Diva, because I think that is a pretty significant reason why they had trouble that last map on Watchpoint. They didn't have an answer for Alpha JJ, who was up on the high ground a lot of the time. So having AJ on this Diva definitely going to be helpful as he is able to get up in the face. I would almost like to see Joker on the Winston again and see them go back to that dive comp they were running with AJ on the Diva. I think that could be very effective against the way Lionheart is setting up on this defense. But of course, Lionheart going to be running their own counter dive defense, and you know, despite how much Brett might hate this strategy, it did work for them last time, so they are going to go for it again.
Yep, and you gave the favor to Lionheart coming into this, and I'm gonna have to agree with you on it, because Eminent losing the discrepancy on this map as Tarnies completely went off, so this map might be a minor tilt factor should they lose this offense, or not get a good value out of this offense. But coming into this now, the team split up on the high ground. Eminent might not be ready for this, as they don't really have anybody who can counteract the dive except the Diva.
Yeah, AJ going to be trying to get up there and at least stop Rip Snort from laying in damage, but not going to be able to do too much without having any you know, heals jumping up there with him. And AJ actually going to be taken down very low in this mech, but it's Cake that's going to fall first. So this is definitely a good sign here for Eminent trying to push forward. They are not going to have to deal with this Mercy Res coming in here, and they are going to be able to push it under the archway and all the way up through here. Rip's not going to fall as well, so this is definitely going to be Eminent slowly staggering out these kills, probably going to be taking first point without too much more trouble. But that actually is AJ losing his mech, and that's going to be very big. Creepy though falling as well for this defense. And this should still be kills going away, as Zero falling as well. They got to take out Caesar, who is still on the Zarya, getting a whole lot of charge, and actually going and contributing to a couple of kills there. Mr. Assassin and Joker is falling, but still should be enough for this defense to hold the Alpha. Going to use the Tactical Visor. Too little, too late. Got it into the backfield. Does get 3 kills with the Tactical Visor, but not going to be enough to stop this first point from being unlocked. However, they are able to hold very, very close right now. Joker is going to be taken down, Spyro being taken down as well, Robot rather, and he is going to have the whole hog, but not going to be alive to use it. We do see Cake with the Resurrect on the defense. Caesar almost up to the Graviton, almost going to have the Primal Rage and the Rocket Barrage as well. They are looking very good to hold this as they are getting into the second phase.
Yep, and coming into this minor ult advantage for the side of Eminent. AJ going to be flying to the high ground immediately, and but going to get immediately knocked off.
Nope, okay, and Mega had to go, but we are going to see AJ diving up onto this high ground, trying to knock them down. And he does manage to force this fight down to the low ground, but Robot going to use this whole hog. Ripstart turns it around with his own Rocket Barrage, but not going to be enough. Now the Sound Barrier going to be coming in for the offense. Ripstart does get a kill onto Mr. Assassin, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough, as the numbers are still favoring the offense here. AJ going to throw in the Self-Destruct, just going to take out Cake. That's going to be enough. And they are going to keep this rolling forward now, as the heals are going to be nerfed significantly for the side of Lionheart. And we do see Zero falling now. They need to clear out the rest of this point, but yes, they are going to get the cart moving forward slightly for a few seconds, as it does push underneath this bridge. Tactical Visor coming in for Huggable, and the Nano Boost as well, as he cuts down 2 immediately, taking down Alpha. Caesar, 4 kills for Huggable guy in the kill feed with that Nano Visor. An absolutely massive play, and the side of Eminent, or sorry, yes, Eminent rather, going to be rolling through this second checkpoint and into the third. 4:50 left on the clock for Eminent, and they are completely forgetting what happened on Watchpoint Gibraltar and taking the fight to Lionheart here on Dorado.
Yep, pushing into this with 4 minutes and 40 seconds now remaining. But however though, Lionheart gonna have a mini ult advantage coming into this, so they could, if they could win this next fight, it could be very possible for them to hold this, as this is one of the hardest stages to push through. 2 picks starting out for Lionheart. That's a perfect way to start this out, and no ults used for them as well. This is perfect ult management, as they're just straight up brawling it out and they are winning this fight.
Yeah, getting that first pick definitely huge for them, as they are just getting all of their ultimates charged up right now. Caesar up to 65% on the Graviton as well, so they are looking pretty strong to have 5 ults by the time this next fight fully gets started here. Only going to be AJ and Joker with the Earthshatter and the Self-Destruct for the side of Eminent, but you know, we've definitely seen those 2 ultimates be used to great effect before, and if they're able to set it up well, here we go. Actually, Robot going to be coming in with the whole hog, getting Rip Snort with it. Alpha turning around, getting onto Huggable Guy, but still, I think this is favoring the offense, as they do have the numbers here. We're going to be looking for Joker to get this Earthshatter and the Self-Destruct. The Self-Destruct coming in, picking up 2 on the wake of that Earthshatter, and despite Caesar's Graviton, they are not going to be able to hold this out. Joker going to be diving in though. Well, actually, Zero going to be getting that Earthshatter, knocking a few down, but the follow-up is absolutely not there. Alpha going to be taken down. Zero falling as well. Alpha falling yet again after that Resurrect. All of these kills are coming in for the offense. AJ going to get that Nano Boost. Just go ahead and push into the spawn to block them off, and that is going to be Eminent completing the map. 2:59 left in their time bank, and that is a very, very formidable attack here on Dorado.
Yeah, but this obviously being a payload map, time is not going to matter that much, as obviously whether you finish it with 5 minutes or no time at all, it will give you the second attack regardless. So now a lot of pressure is going to be on to Lionheart to just finish this map, and I've seen this problem a lot with Lionheart, where it will usually be 1 or 2 players popping off on the enemy side, and they don't really know how to focus down on that one person and shut down the star players of each team. And I feel like that's normally the problem that Lionheart does face. And right now, Robot, AJ just playing crazy with the support of Huggable and Jokers on this Jokers on their character. And going into this, what do you think that the side of Lionheart needs to do to hopefully match or even surpass the time of Eminent Gold?
Well, I think they've got to do what they're looking to do right now, which is just go full dive and try to be very aggressive. Of course, I'm not sure that, I'm not sure that it's going to work against this Eminent team. They've got the D.Va, they've got the Roadhog, Huggable Guy playing very, very good soldier. I think that this dive is going to be answered, so Lionheart really just, they need to find some way to crack through here very quickly. The dive, I think, is the most aggressive option they have available to them, but I think Eminent's got the answers here. We're going to have to see whether Eminent is able to live up to that. But definitely going to be an aggressive dive coming in from Lionheart. I almost think Rip Snort should not be on the Zarya and go on to the Pharah instead, and just come in with that triple DPS threat and just smother the side of Eminent rather than trying anything differently. But just jumping forward, trying to get a little bit of free charge on the Zarya. Eminent, of course, smart enough to not shoot at a bubbled Zarya, so a little bit of a waste there of that cooldown, but we'll see a lot of free cart space given here to the side of Lionheart. But as soon as it gets up to this choke point, Eminent gonna stop it. They're gonna push right up as soon as it gets there, and laying in a lot of damage already. Alpha going to fall, so Huggable Guy getting the first kill so far of this defense. Shots getting another one onto Rip Snort, and this is all the defense right now. AJ getting that kill on Zero. All of these kills coming in right now for Eminent, and Lionheart going to be forced back into spawn. Not going to be able to get too much progress on the payload, and a minute already burned off the clock, as that push was kind of painfully slow there.
Yup, and now going to be pushing to the second point. They're going to have to deal with this triple tank. Obviously, one of the biggest problems with dive with that Genji is that Genji might not be able to output enough damage, and with the Hog and D.Va might be put to the test. However, though, Reinhardt getting down. Caesar going to be popping Dragon Blade in the back line, but kills still going in favor of Eminent as they have 3 unanswered kills.
And they did get a little bit of forward cart progress, but not quite enough. An Earth Shatter, another, you know, kind of questionable Earth Shatter from Jokers, but he seems to be using those to not let the enemy team escape, and you know, using them to good effect. That time, knocking down both supports, taking down taking down Cake and Creepy with that Earth Shatter, and then finishing them both off. So, making that stagger just a little bit longer. Eminent doing a very good job of holding 2 minutes off the clock so far, and Lionheart going to be trying to come back in, trying to get any sort of ult up other than this Resurrect, but there is going to be the self-destruct coming into the back line, not going to get anything from it, but they are going to knock him back. Robot using this whole hog, taking out Caesar, Sound Barrier coming in as well, and this is going to be yet another hold coming in from the side of Eminent, only getting a couple of kills, but enough to at least push Lionheart backwards, and Eminent holding very strong here, but this is what Lionheart was looking for. They've got the Resurrect, they've got the Graviton, and they have the Sound Barrier, so they definitely need to make good use of these ultimates. Hopefully go in and get some kills for free, and then try to get a Resurrect off, but we'll see what they decide to do. That's going to be the Sound Barrier used very aggressively, but there is Huggable Guy with the Nano Visor. He's going to get caught in the Graviton, but it's not going to be enough, as he is just laying in a ton of damage. The Graviton comes out, and so does the Resurrect, but still an even fight here, as Lionheart unable to really come out on top yet. There they go now. They are going to take down Huggable and Robot. So yes, this is going to be Lionheart finally breaking through and getting this first checkpoint on a lock, I believe. AJ might have a chance to come in and contest, but I don't know if he is going to. He's going to come out here, not going to let them get this point for free. They're going to take it out of his neck, but Joker's coming back in as well on this Reinhardt, but doesn't matter. Charged past the payload and is just going to fall now, giving 500 ultimate charge, or 500 health rather, of ultimate charge to the side of Lionheart. Eminent gonna have to back up and try to regroup, but a very good first point hold means that they're only gonna have to hold the second point for 2 minutes 45 seconds now.
Yup, and that's perfectly done by Eminent. Even though not winning that fight, just the time wasted was perfectly done, as this is already going to be an extremely difficult time to match. So a huge advantage right now for the side of Eminent. But however, the shield battle being lost quite significantly, and Huggable Guy and AJ on this high ground. AJ going to be hopping off. A hook onto the Ana, but it's not going to be finished off. Caesar on this high ground as the Hog, not getting much value. However, the Robot on the ground war as that Hog, popping a whole Hog, going to get a 3-man as Huggable Guy helps him get a 4th, and he's going to get a 5th kill for himself.
Yeah, Robot absolutely going massive in that last play, with the whole Hog dropping down, killing 3. That is exactly what we want to be seeing out of his Roadhog play. It's been next level throughout this entire series, and definitely putting the team on its back now. We are going to see the side of Lionheart, though, coming in fully loaded. They've got all 6 ultimates, and the Graviton and the whole Hog can definitely be used, but the Earthshatter going to come in, knocking down a couple of them, and there is the self-destruct, going to be taking 2 out, further delaying any sort of push here from the side of Lionheart. They're going to get a couple of kills here with this whole Hog and the Tactical Visor, but using 2 ults and only getting those kills, definitely disappointing here for Lionheart. They are really not getting any forward progress either, as Huggable is still standing on the payload, still delaying this. Caesar getting a couple of kills, but they are only now getting this payload moving forward. A minute left on the clock here for Lionheart to complete the second stage, and not looking very good to do it, but they do have the man advantage coming into this next fight, waiting for Huggable to come back from spawn. Huggable going to be trying to get on the high ground, I would imagine, and see if he can set up this Tactical Visor, but we do see Caesar over on this high ground trying to deny it. We'll see whether he's able to do that, but the Graviton coming in for the offense, and the charge taking out Shock. Now the Sound Barrier going to come in to try to negate this Nano Visor, but no damage really being able to get through that Reinhardt shield from the Nano Visor. So it's going to be AJ actually getting this kill for the defense. Eminent so far holding, but no, Zero getting a couple of kills there, and yes, they are going to complete the second stage, moving it forward into the third. So Lionheart not out of this just yet, and they are looking strong to keep this moving forward as they are looking for these forward spawns right now, and Ripsnort charging all the way up here, pushing them back into their spawn. Not going to be able to get the kills, but Lionheart getting a lot of free cart space. A minute 25 left on the clock for them to finish out this map and force it into extra rounds.
Yup, and with a minute and 20 seconds remaining, this is where it's gonna be extremely risky as they can only win one team fight. But it doesn't even look as they're gonna lose this team fight as they get 2 picks immediately. And D.Va being the only one with an ult, gonna be forced to pop it off. But however, nobody's in a situation where it could have been taken advantage of. Only the Lucio and the Ana left alive. As Ana gonna go down, Lucio gonna be forced. However, though, Joker comes back with a huge shatter, and now kills going back in their favor. Cake not gonna have this res, and this is where things are gonna start getting extremely dangerous. Huggable guy trying to pop that visor, but the follow through wasn't there from his team as he's gonna get picked off. Now 40 seconds remaining. This is gonna be final fight. They're gonna have Graviton, a visor, and Whole Hog, and res up for this fight, so it's still very winnable for them to push it into a second offense.
Yeah, this is the last chance they have, though. They need to come in and make good use of these ultimates, and they need to deal with Huggable up on this high ground, who has been pretty much uncontested. He's going to get the nano boost, I think, from Mr. Assassin, although could go on to a bunch of different people here. We'll see how they decide to use it, but we're going to see Eminent, or sorry, Lionheart pushing all the way around up top, trying to get these this high ground and see whether they can get on the cart with a little bit of an advantage. No kills coming in beforehand, though. Graviton has to come in on the point, but no one's going to be caught inside of it. Robot, rather, being taken down by Caesar, but kills going the other way. The Nanoboost does come out onto Huggable, who gets a lot of damage in. Cake, though, with the Resurrect. The Tac Visor comes in from Alpha now, who is going to be putting out a lot of damage, taking down Assassin. Caesar helping with a couple kills of his own. But the Earth Shatter from Joker turning it around. Huggable very close to his own Tactical Visor, up to 77% now. Shock being taken down, though, and this attack still moving forward. Huggable up on this high ground, trying to stay alive, going to be coming back out pretty soon, and he is very, very close to the Tac Visor, but nobody going to be able to touch the payload to give him time to use it, and that is going to be a completion coming in from Lionheart, who are not done just yet. Completing it in overtime, though, only going to give them a minute on the timer here for to try to get it as far as they can. Meanwhile, Eminent with 3:59, nearly a full amount of time from the beginning of the game to push it as far as they can. And we definitely have to give the advantage to Eminent. But we did see Eminent throwing a pretty big advantage in the last game after their defense on Watchpoint Gibraltar. So still in this. We'll have to see who ends up coming out on top here.
Yep, and going into this though, Ripsnort on that Zarya just started melting everyone. Cake with that huge res at the end. Thank God she did it, as the last time she did a res right next to the end was before the fight even started, which I felt was a huge disadvantage. But now a pretty tanky comp coming out from the side of Eminent, running what they ran before. This is going to be a very annoying comp to push through, as the side of Eminent, I feel like, should even focus about pushing the point at the beginning, try to get a pick, and then focus on the point. With 1 minute remaining, they're going to have to do something big to match up to those 4 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Lionheart going to be looking for anything that they can get right here. Of course, Eminent going to be playing very smart, going to be holding back all the way up into the courtyard, and hopefully not allowing any sort of picks or any sort of openings in their defense. But of course, same thing as they did last time, allowing Lionheart to push it up to this choke point before engaging themselves. And here it is, they're going to be diving in on the back of Joker, who goes in swinging, but taken down by Caesar. That is going to be massive here, as this is the opening they need. No Ryan Shield, no D.Va mech there. Caesar is going to fall himself, but these kills going the way of Eminent, as they are, or of Lionheart rather, as they are still pushing forward. Mr. Assassin falling. There's no shielding available now for Eminent, as they are going to be backing all the way up, not able to contest that first point. Of course, no time advantage in the extra rounds here. So into overtime now. All Eminent needs to do is clear Lionheart off this point one time, and they have Robot with the whole hog to do it. So we'll see whether that's all they need. He's going to be looking for a chance to just come in from behind and blast everyone off. And here he is coming around on the flank, looking for this whole hog. Gets the hook out onto Creepy. He's going to use the whole hog now. No, but being hooked in by Caesar himself. So this fight is breaking out here. No heals available, or less heals available rather, for the side of Lionheart though. Tactical Visor coming in from Huggable, not able to get anything done, and he's going to be taken down. The Graviton coming in though for Eminent, or for Lionheart, and they're getting all of this follow-up. They're going to keep this payload moving forward as all of Eminent is going to fall.
Yep, an amazing push coming in. And there's no ult up for them other than that sound barrier. While Cake has that res and has that tactical visor for Alpha JJ, this is going to be extremely difficult to push. And Alpha JJ now going on the right, going to be taking the high ground. This is where stuff is going to get very difficult, as AJ needs to dive on the Alpha JJ the moment the tactical visor is popped.
Yeah, we do see Huggable Guy also getting up onto this high ground on the opposite side, and it's going to be Robot getting that first kill, getting another whole hog, going to be pulling it out immediately, trying to blast people off of this point, but not getting anyone again. He does manage to take down Ripsnort afterwards. Joker going to have to use this Earth Shatter, but the red's coming in from Kate, trying to keep the team in this fight. At this point, though, doesn't matter. Very impressive attack here from Lionheart, getting it all the way just shy of that second objective. And now Eminent has to be worried because, again, we saw them choke in this exact situation on Watchpoint Gibraltar, and here they are, the final map of this best of three, and you know they're up against the wall here.
Yep, and Eminent, though, still with 4 minutes, I feel like as long as they don't choke this first, as long as they don't choke the Arcway, it's going to become a very winnable state for them. But even though AJ on this Diva has been doing fantastic, I would like to see AJ on the Zarya just to help counteract Caesar, because Caesar has been going off on this Roadhog, and I feel like definitely those Zarya bubbles could be helped to power you up and just easily win your team the fight with how good AJ is on this Zarya.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what I would even like to see is I'm not sure. Well, he actually, AJ does swap over onto the Zarya as you. Well, yeah. We're not quite sure what AJ is going to do yet. He's listening to you, but he's a little bit confused about what he wants to do. Well, I was going to say having Robot swap onto the Zarya. I'm not sure whether that is a hero that's in his pool, but AJ obviously a very, very good Diva, and Diva being very good on this map. So we are going to see the triple tank defense coming out from Lionheart. They're abandoning their counter dive defense that they've been running throughout the tourney. But we're going to see AJ still on the Diva, going to be jumping up here immediately, trying to deny this high ground control for the side of Lionheart, and going to do so. So they're going to be able to push up to this choke point here, and we do see someone taking a nap here on the defense. We're going to be woken up by a little bit of incoming damage, so it's going to be all 6 available for this fight, and this is where the fight's going to start to break down. They're trying to take down this Rhyme Shield of 0, but nothing falling just yet, but it's going to be Alpha taken out first by Robot, and this is definitely what the side of Eminent is looking for. Another kill coming in. Caesar does get onto Robot and Assassin as well, so Caesar single-handedly trying to turn this around, but getting hit there by that biotic grenade, not going to be able to heal up, and taken down by AJ. So we are going to see this offense ever pressing forward. They are now trying to take down Cake. They do manage to do so. Cake falls. Earthshatter coming in, knocking down 3, and the follow-up is absolutely there. Joker is his own follow-up. The Graviton from Ripsnort, though, taking down Joker and Shock. The self-destruct has to come in from AJ just to keep that mech alive, but not going to really have anyone else there to help him out. Ripsnort taking him back out of the mech and trying to take him down, but there is Robot with the whole hog. Not going to be able to get much out of it, though, as that Resurrect comes in, and he's going to get Earth Shattered down and then taken out. So we see Lionheart holding strong here, just inches before the second objective, with Caesar pulling out the whole hog, and they've managed to burn 2 minutes off the clock here of Eminent's 4 minutes. So this is exactly what we were talking about beforehand. Eminent gotta have a little bit of the fear in them right now.
Yep, I couldn't agree more. But, however, they are going to have Nano Visor up for this. As long as Cake does die with Res, Eminent it still has a very winnable shot at this. But however, wasting 2 minutes just on the first point is not a good thing.
Yeah, we are going to see Eminent just getting regrouped here. They're going to call in the sound barrier. Both sound barriers actually coming out, and there is the nano boost coming out onto Huggable as he's trying to get something done. Does manage to take down Caesar. Ripstore falling, everyone falling out for the defense, but Cake staying alive. The Resurrect comes in, and this fight is started anew. I think Creepy falls, though, immediately in the new fight. Yes, Zero falling as well, and this is going to be Eminent still coming out on top despite that Resurrect. But look at how much time was burned off this clock on first. Now they only are going to have about a minute once it comes through these gates to get it all the way up to the pretty much the end of this second point. So Eminent has time. They're going to be doing it in overtime though, and all they've got right now to do it with is AJ's self-destruct. Ripsnort with the Graviton, Zero with the Earthshatter for the defense, and Caesar getting very, very close to that that whole hog. This could be enough for the side of Lionheart to hold here and take this game. We will be looking for AJ. He is going to be very, very important that he eats this Graviton and doesn't allow Caesar to get any sort of follow-up if it does land. But we're going to see Ripsnort looking for it, trying to take Caesar out of the mech first. He doesn't manage to eat that Graviton, but throws down the self-destruct just to block the follow-up on it, and taking Caesar down. Caesar not going to get that whole hog up. The Tactical Visor coming in with a nano boost onto it from Huggable Guy just as they finish this objective in the first attack. They're going to finish it again, and there it is. The yellow box of victory is achieved by Eminent. They take the map 5-4, and they finally close out the series and move on to our, I think it's the Losers Bracket Finals. Oh no, it is not the Losers Bracket Finals, but they will be playing Invigorate next, which might as well be the finals for any team. Invigorate, definitely one of the raid bosses of this league. Cake with a huge res here at the end, trying to turn this around, and actually does manage to turn this fight around for the team. Not quite enough to hold it out forever though.
Yep. And Eminent versus Invigorate. Going into this next matchup, obviously we're going to get the lobby ready and the map draft ready. But Invigorate versus Eminent, who do you favor going into this?
Well, Eminent playing very well there in that last series, but definitely showing signs of weakness. And I mean, this Invigorate squad going to be playing at full steam with Daiclan back on the Reinhardt. No subs going to be involved today, I don't think. So, you know, I think Invigorate probably is going to have the slight edge coming into this next series.